Well, good morning, beloved. This is your girl Sharon, once again from my front seat. And here I am giving God all praise, honor, and glory for what? For a brand new day. It is Friday. Today is the 25th of January. Beloved, we are coming gracefully, making it gracefully to the end of this first month of this year, 2019. Beloved, and I'm just convinced down in my spirit that God has great things in store for us on this year. So I have 4:30 bus again. I give God the glory. When I awakened this morning, my face seemed a bit, I don't know, it was something about the eyes. Brother Percy Banks used to always say, it's in the eyes, it's in the eyes. It was just something about my eyes this morning. Anywho, I tested, and my fasting sugar was like 230. Now, what threw me off was yesterday I walked more than 12,000, miles, steps, okay? So after I posted yesterday, I went and walked around, the building here, and that was about 3,000 steps. And then I walked the floor that I work on until it was time to start work. And at break and lunch, I did some walking. By the time I got home, it was like 12,000 steps. This is the key, though. I have to eat. So I worked until 6:30. So I did 2 hours overtime. By the time I got on the bus, made it to Montclair, got home, it was about 9:30. A sister was tired. So I ate some chips and salsa. But this is the key. So the nurse said that when you don't eat, the body says, at least in my case, Sharon is starving me. So the body, then the brain signals or whatever signals to the liver, she's starving us. We got to eat. So the liver begins to put off sugar. Well, then the body is not able to do whatever it does with the sugar because I'm fat. That's what they told me. Girl, you lose 50 to 100 pounds, you won't have this trouble no more. So all of my fat is like stopping my pancreas from doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, so that's what happened. And so because I did not eat, and then because there was nothing in there to, for the body to break down, that as I'm sleeping, they said between 2:30 in the morning, the body automatically, spits off this and that. So because I had nothing in there that the body was already breaking down, whatever, y'all get it, okay. So I'm going to walk today, but I'm going to do a little bit more today as far as being mindful to eat. I ain't got no money. Oh my goodness. And I had food, but I think it was the evening and not eating, but nevertheless. So I'm on the 4:30 bus, right? And I'm reading Proverbs chapter 28. Good reading. I'm sorry, Proverbs chapter 25. It's the 25th today. So Proverbs 25 and the 28th verse. It said that a soul that, let me see, something like a man who doesn't have rule over his own spirit is like a city without walls. Okay, so we know in this great nation in which we live, thank the Lord, woo, 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 there's a lot of talk about a wall, right? But and walls are put up for protection, right? Okay, but this ain't got nothing to do with that wall that they talking about. Okay, that's a whole nother set of somethings. But what the scripture is saying here is this. So walls are put up to defend. Walls are put up to protect. Walls are put up, and walls serve their purpose, okay? But here what 28 is saying, that when we human, when we people do not rule our spirits, then we are like a city without walls, meaning that now we are vulnerable, meaning that there's so much that can happen. Now we're opening ourselves up to trouble and all sorts of folly. So when we rule our spirits well, then we have restraint. We are mindful of the things that we say. We control our emotions. And I know oftentimes we may want to give this person a piece of our mind, or we may want to say this or say that. But beloved, when we rule our spirit, we have restraint, and then we keep ourselves from folly. We keep ourselves from trouble. So this is about keeping us from, getting into all sorts of mischief. Why? Because instead of speaking, we shut up. Instead of speaking, we keep it to ourselves. Now, there's a scripture that says that it is best to remain quiet and be thought a fool than to open up your mouth and remove all doubt, or let all doubt be removed. So when we control our spirits, that's what we're doing. We're not making ourselves vulnerable. We're quiet. We're thinking about the matter. We're just not quickly jumping in. We're not assuming things. We're not jumping to conclusions. Why? Because we have restraint. Beloved, and as a child of God, we must have restraint. Now, someone is saying, okay, she in agreement with the wall. That ain't what I'm saying, y'all. Y'all know that's a whole nother something, okay? We, as children of God, we must control our emotions. Why? As the scripture says, that man said he'd rather live on the top of the house than to be all up in the house with an old angry, brawling woman who always wanting to fight and stuff. Women, cut that mess out. Submit yourselves to your husbands. Because I be submitting. I do. I submit. That's why I got to come on here and talk it out. Wives, we have to submit to our husbands. Beloved, all right, it's Friday. The weekend is here. I've been blessed to work overtime tomorrow. Woo, 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 woo. I give God the glory. Sister tired, though. Okay, so this is your girl, Sharon. I'm going to, I don't know. I brought my lunch. I have some great northern beans, right? I cooked them on Monday, so I've been eating them this week, and I got some water in here, and maybe next week I can grocery shop. I don't know. But this is your girl, Sharon. I'm going to get my things upstairs about 6 o'clock. I'll go outside and do a little walking and get ready for this day. This is your girl, Sharon. And then I'm going to get upstairs, render unto Caesar those things which belong unto Caesar. And if it be the Lord's will, we will meet again on Monday from my front seat. This is your girl, Sharon. I'm out, y'all. Deuces.